No problem. Didn't work.
Or maybe those bloody Vulcans. You must. Say, please take me to Karth right away. Between the three of us, I'm sure we can figure out some way to get off this planet before the Sith realize we're here.
Bastila, you're alive.
You mean you... It's some... It... Well, maybe those bloody Vulcans will think twice next time before trying to keep a Jedi prisoner. And as for you, if you think you can collect me as a prize... Wait, I don't believe this. You're one of the soldiers with the Republic fleet, aren't you? Yes, I'm sure of it. How did you end up racing for these swoop gangs? Save me. Is that what you were trying to accomplish by riding in that swoop race? Well, as far as rescues go, this is a pretty poor example. In case you hadn't noticed, I managed to free myself from that neural restraint collar without your help. In fact, it's more accurate to say that I saved you. Brejik and his Vulcans would have left you for dead if I hadn't stepped into that fight. You're lucky I was here to get you out of this mess. I may have been a prisoner, but a Jedi is never helpless. Maybe you've heard of a little thing called the Force, but I suppose I shouldn't be too hard on you. You did try to save me after all, even if it didn't go quite as planned. So let's get down to business. We're not out of danger yet. If I'm going to figure out a way for us to get off this planet, I need to know what kind of resources we can draw on. First, are we the only two survivors left from the Inner Spire? Karth Onasi is alive. Finally, some good news. Karth is one of the Republic's best soldiers. He's proved himself a hero a dozen times over. And he sent you here to save me. Maybe I misjudged you. Karth wouldn't have sent you if he wasn't confident in your abilities. Forgive me. Despite my Jedi training, I still tend to act a bit rashly sometimes. Please take me to Koth right away. Between the three of us, I'm sure we can figure out some way to get off this planet before the Sith realize we're here. You cannot win, Revan.
Bastila, you're alive! Finally things are... looking up. Now we just need to figure out a way to get off this planet.
You mean you don't have a plan to get off Taurus yet? What have you been doing all this time? I see. Now that I'm back in charge of this mission, perhaps we can start doing things properly. Hopefully our escape from Taurus will go more smoothly than when you... Brejik.
I know you're new at this, Bastila, but a leader doesn't berate her troops just because things aren't going as planned. Don't let your ego get in the way of the real issues here.
That hardly strikes me as an appropriate way of addressing your commander, Karth. I am a member of the Jedi Order, and this is my mission. Don't forget that. My battle meditation ability has helped the Republic many times in this war, and it will serve us well here, I'm sure.
Your talents might win us a few battles, but that doesn't make you a good leader. A good leader would at least listen to the advice of those who have seen more combat than she ever will.
Yes, you're right, of course. I apologize, Karth. This has been a... difficult time for me. Of course, I'm happy to listen to your advice. What do you suggest we do?
First off, we can't get hung up on who's in charge. We all need to work together if we want to get off this rock. The answer is out there, we just have to find it.
Well said, Karth. And the sooner we start looking, the better. I've already been a prisoner of the Vulkars, and I don't plan on being captured by the Sith. I think we'll need some help getting off Taurus. Maybe if we ask around, one of the locals can help us out. We should probably start by asking around in the cantinas. Is something wrong? You seem as if something's troubling you. A vision? A vision of what? It's strange. Such visions are often a sign of Force sensitivity. I'm not sure. It may be that you have some connection to the Force. It would not be unheard of. When we first met, your natural talent may have fed off my own Force abilities. It is possible that in the excitement of the battle's aftermath, the Force allowed you to witness one of my more intense memories. The Force is complicated. Even I, with all my training, cannot fully understand it yet. This is a matter best left to the wise masters of the Jedi Council. Once we escape Terrace, we can seek the guidance of the Council if you wish. They will understand the significance of your vision, if there is any. However, I think it would be best if we all stayed focused on the task at hand right now. We can't afford any distractions. We need to find a way off Terrace.
Inkin kuno ba muli rachin kun? Tongay tun. Tabist yubong konki pangpa. Ching palachiska muli. Tuni rana no prata. Rundi hadonga kuhungabi. Wana kunbes. Ching palamul tong. Takom justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chu ay taudonga, tulpa tong ay tuam jiji yumalit pa ang yingkotu. Tulpa da bunku alyagando de nago chuchut, kachi chu ay taudonga. Yumalit ka yingkotun, chilo mulera de ne bobo. Unka kun biskang, bamulara. Shagjikin lor chawata uma?
I'm here.
No problem. Got it. No problem. Got it.
Hey, Bastila, you ever use the Force just for fun? You know, a little jolt of the Force to trip up some jerk who's ticking you off?
I would never use the Force for such petty and trivial revenge. The mere thought of it's preposterous.
Oh, come on. There's gotta be times when you thought about it. Don't be so stuck up. You can tell me.
I am not stuck up. I merely have the years of training to give me the wisdom and understanding to see how childish such an act would be.
Childish? Is that a crack about my age? You ain't much older than me, Miss High and Mighty. Just 'cause you're some Jedi doesn't mean you can be a prissy little... What the... Hey, that wasn't funny.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Mission. Come now, we have to get going. Please, do try to be less clumsy in the future.
He offered to, he enjoyed it out, and very good, and he began Bolivia, when now for the Klofta.
Get out of here, you goggle-eyed freak! You're too ugly.
Yeah, go back to where you came from. We don't want...
And he began Bolivia.
Why do you care what happens to some scummy alien? He's just a freak.
Yeah, he isn't even supposed to be in the upper city. Come on, let's go. I don't want to listen to this alien love.
What do you want now? You're not going to tell David... Just...
How can I help? I would like to know what happened after you crashed on Taurus. I'm curious as to what you and Karth were doing before we all joined forces. Yes, I realize that, of course. But surely there was more to it than a simple search. I doubt there were flashing signs pointing you in my direction. You also avoided detection by the Sith, discovered I was a Vulcan prisoner, gained sponsorship for the race, and became the Tara Swoop champion. That's quite a resume. Your modesty is admirable. But though others helped, you were the catalyst for these events. When you were chosen to join this mission, I doubt any of us expected this much from you. The Jedi could have done such things, of course, but only by drawing heavily upon the Force. The Force is in all of us, though for most people it's barely a measurable whisper. There are some individuals outside the Jedi Order that we consider Force-sensitive. It's obvious to me that the Force has been working through you. There is no other explanation for your great success. Though I'm not certain what to make of this discovery. Perhaps if you weren't... well, if you were younger, the Jedi might take you for training. But as it is... I'm sorry, I've overstepped my authority. I'm speaking of things that are best left to the Jedi Council. For now, let's just accept the fact that you're gifted. Hopefully, between your abilities, my Jedi training, and the skills of our companions, we can find a way...
Greetings, and I am afraid that is impossible. Taris is currently under a planet-wide quarantine. The Sith are allowing no one to arrive, or may I be any further? Alien species have restricted access to the upper city. This is one of the most ancient traditions of May I am an May
Hey there. Really? You want to know about me? Nobody's ever really been interested in me before. Big Z's my family, you know? My parents, well, I guess they're dead. It was just me on my own until the day I saw Zalbar in the lower city. I could tell right away. This was before the gang wars were out of hand. But even then, the Vulkars were scum. A few of them were hassling Big Z, trying to pick a fight, but he wasn't looking for trouble. Anyway, I don't like the Vulkars at the best of times. And when I saw them picking on this poor Wookiee, all alone on a strange planet, overwhelmed by the big city, I just lost it. I screamed out, "Leave him alone, you core slimes!" and charged right at them. Well, one of them saw me coming and slapped me so hard he just... Hey, don't treat me like I'm a little girl. I ain't no kid. I'm 14 years old. Those Vulkars didn't scare me. They're nothing but cowards. I knew how to deal with them. Of course, I never got... I guess Zalbar didn't like seeing me get smacked around. He let out this howl and yanked that Vulkar a meter up off the ground and held... The other two screamed and ran off. Can't say I blame them. The first time you see an I thought Zalbar was gonna rip that punk's arms off and beat him to death with his own fists. The Vulkar was so scared, he fainted. Or maybe it was Big Z's breath just knocked him out. I keep telling Zalbar to brush those choppers of his, but he never listens. Just stay upwind when he's speaking and you'll be fine. Anyway, I knew those Vulkars would be back with friends, so I grabbed Zalbar and we took off. Ever since then, we've been a team. We look out for each other, you know? He was fleeing some kind of trouble back on Kashyyyk. That's all I know, really. Big Z doesn't like to talk about it. In case you didn't notice, he's the strong, silent type. Doesn't much matter to me, though. I accept him for what he is, not what he was. Me and Zalbar like to live in... Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You think I can't take care of myself? I've got street smarts. I know how to get by on my... In fact, I look out for Zalbar more than he looks out for me, you know? Big Z's a little bit... Yeah, I suppose you're right. My brother's a touchy subject, you know? It just so happens, I don't really feel like talking about him right now.
The evil walks...
This elevator is off limits. Only Sith patrols and those with proper authorization are allowed into the lower city. Well, why didn't you say so? Everything seems to be in order. Just be careful down there.
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muli ra tangi wama jiko na donk kipa nonku nek abog chiyokaku kinba muli ra dwana ji kuyami juski chika nai uba baska dwana chichopa muska jiska da soki kupa bona na chaju.
There's a bounty on your little green heads. I'm here to collect.
Just krunki to patslimo chi ita kanki channa kilikon kinba muli ra dwana ji Kimba no ku nikset abog.
That's the plan.
I'm here. So be it. What can I do?
Yeah?
Yes? Sure.
Yeah? You'll never get me!
Yes?
Yeah?
What? No problem. Didn't work. Yes? No problem. Got it.
Stop right there, or I'll give you a blaster shot right between the eyes. Now, what are you doing? No, I'm the one with the blaster pointed at you. Well, go explore somewhere else. There's nothing interesting for you here. This is your only warning. If you I gave you a chance to get out of here and leave me alone. Now you'll see why I'm the most dangerous assassin on Taris.
Yeah?
What can I do?
Yes?
What? Take that! Hey there. I was a little snappish when we last talked. I'm sorry about that. I get a little touchy when it comes. It's complicated. Griff wasn't the most popular guy. He had his faults. But I still loved him, you know? I never knew my parents. My brother always looked out for me. He's the one who brought me here to Taurus. I was just a kid, only 5. But I remember the trip. We were stuffed inside a packing crate in a Starfreighter's cargo hold with just enough food and water to make the trip. Not exactly first class. I don't know the whole story. I was pretty young, but my brother owed a lot of money. Might even have been a few. The only way to get off the planet was to smuggle ourselves out. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like we were criminals. Well, maybe. See, this is why I don't like to talk about it. It makes Griff sound worse than he really was. My brother had his problems. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Without my brother, he gambled and drank, and he was always borrowing money for his latest get-rich-quick scheme. But he showed me how to slice into a computer security system, how to get inside a locked building without the entrance codes, and... Yeah, Griff did right by me. He fell in with a bad crowd. It's all Lena's fault. She's the one who took him from me. Just batted those long lashes at him and off he went. I don't want to talk about Griff and Lena. Just the thought of that space tramp makes my blood boil. If I'm gonna be any help to you, Okay.